Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk true to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He do they
talk. Hello there. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Maiyegun live, and thank you for joining me again tonight. And if you have read the caption of the broadcast, as usual, right, you can drop your own comments and contribution accordingly. So I will be reading them. So you can invite others, let them know that Maiyegun is live, and thank you. So the confusion going on in Nigeria with the absentee, leadership, leaderless country that has now become the anarchy center, a waiting bomb, right? That Nigeria has become, while we are dealing with the Fulani bandits, terrorists, who have now taken the whole country hostage. Now, the government from different parts of the country are in the process of either already in negotiation with them or paying them whatever they've negotiated, or they are in the process of engaging in negotiation with them. So as we are dealing with that, we received the report today from the people of Niger Delta. Part of the defense that the likes of Sheikh Gumi gave, the reason why he said is mediating between the government and the terrorists in Nigeria is because they are not supposed to be called bandits. They are supposed to be called militants. And they are supposed to be given amnesty. That is a pardon, because they never really kill people intentionally. They only kill by accident. The only thing they are doing is that they kidnap people for money. And all of that is a tribal war. That's all the classification that they are pushing now, okay? However, they said they wanted them to be compensated the same way the Niger Delta militants were compensated by Yar'Adua's government. Well, in response to that, the Niger Delta militants, they have also issued their own warning to Nigeria that in the next coming days, they are going to begin to, bomb the pipelines in the Niger Delta region. They are going to cripple Nigeria economy in the next couple of days if Nigeria will continue to use the oil money to pay bandits. Kind of makes sense, right? They take the money from Niger Delta, take the money from everywhere, and then they settle bandits, criminals that would never be prosecuted for their crimes. Now, people are saying, well, you can deal with them your own way, but you're not going to use our own resources for that anymore. So that popped up today. However, I'm going to take you back a little bit to what, how we finally found ourselves, or how Nigerians found themselves in this current sorry situation, okay? It was when a con man, a guy man, was repackaged. Yeah, when a guy man was repackaged as a savior, as a messiah for millions of people that have been abused, bullied for decades. So they decided to go back to one of their bullies to save them from the bullies of today. However, it became the renewed, or is it called reformed dictator. This was what Buhari started with when the con job of the change journey started, or before it gets started, 6 years ago. It's a reminder.
Fellow Nigerians, as we enter a new year, let us talk Nigerian to Nigerian. Many of you believe that something is wrong with Nigeria. Many of you have given up. You think this country can never be good, can never get better. And so you forgive politicians for stealing and for mediocrity. Because you say to yourselves, they are all thieves, they are all selfish, and nothing will change. But is that really true? It is not. Many people ask me, why am I running for office again? And I ask them, what has changed since I began this mission? Can you honestly, truly say to yourself that our country has changed for the better? Are our children safe when they go to school? Are our parents safe when we leave them at home? Is the naira in your bank account of greater value today than it was 4 years ago? I, Muhammad Buhari, I am urging you to have your PVC, and on election day you go peacefully and vote and make sure your vote count. Thank you very much. Vote for change, vote APC, vote Muhammad Buhari.
It's a reminder. Thank you, my dear sister, Ojora Elizabeth. It's good to have you on tonight. That was how they packaged, how they package a rotten tomato as a fresh one for millions of people who could see, but decided not to see it as rotten. Today, the people who promised change, are your children safe? Are you, is your naira safe in your pocket? It's what has changed in Nigeria. They finally changed Nigeria to what one of those liars then, Professor Laya Mohammed, who is now a minister of misinformation in Nigeria, 6 years after that video. Or let me say, 6 years after that video of change they promised them. 6 years after. This is what Laya Mohammed is now saying.
You see, for the same reason that even in the most developed country in the world, school kidnapping takes place. Last year in the US, we also witnessed at least 3 or 4 school kidnappings. And that is in probably one of the most developed countries in the world. Now, the thing about terrorism is that the terrorists don't live by your own rules. And they are especially, interested in soft targets. See, they know that what is going to get global attention is actually kidnapping school children. And we must be careful also. We can't turn all our schools into barracks. What is important to me is the intelligence gathering, surveillance,
rather than the physical presence of the soldiers or policemen. But even the soldiers and policemen are there. And they find out that the lives of the children are at risk. They're not going to dare them. But the truth of the matter is that you are dealing with people who don't think like me and you. You are dealing with people who have absolutely no rules of engagement. You are dealing with people whose motivations are completely different from mine and yours. And anywhere in the world, this is how terrorists, this is how they operate. But the important thing is to learn from what is happening and adapt. For instance, we were in the process of saying, do we close all schools along the borders? But then and then disperse the students to other schools. You know, where you can have where you can have probably adequate security, so to say. But when you look at Kagara, Kagara is not really at the outskirts. It's just
6 years after a half-dead Buhari was promising young people who are today the victims of the ruined economy. 6 years after, more Nigerians are poorer than they were in 2015. 6 years after, more Nigerians are now unsafe in many parts of the country. 6 years after, the criminals who promised to change are now telling you to adapt. Do you get that now?
We will work with you to build a Nigeria that is not corrupt. I bring you a message of hope.
We are going to spend a lot of resources on education.
Do you understand that? Those were their words. We will, we shall, we will, and all of that. 6 years after today, they are now telling you to adapt. Adapt. Well, what they are asking people to adapt to is what this man, who is one of the negotiators, who followed Sheikh Gumi to go and meet the terrorists, to discuss about releasing their captives and at the same time getting amnesty from Nigeria. In all of this, so nobody can see Buhari, but I found something which is interesting as part of this conversation tonight, right? But listen to the man who followed Pastor Gumi to go and meet the terrorists that they are telling you to adapt to.
Thank you very much for having me. So, I have known Sheikh Dr. Ahmed Gumi since medical school 45 years ago. So we have gone back a long way. And I know personally how deeply he cares for this country and how pained he is about insecurity. We all are. And we have to accept and not deny that these bandits are Fulanis. Our Fulanis, not foreign Fulanis. They are our flesh and blood. Once we accept that, then we forget all the conspiracies and face the reality. What we will also not do is we will not deny them. We are not proud of what they are doing. We are ashamed of what they are doing. If you have a child who has gone astray, you don't kick him out. You pull him closer in the hope that you touch his heart. Essentially, that is the reason why Sheikh Ahmed Gumi embarked on this. He has for the past several years, been preaching in the mosque and telling our clerics not to remain in the cities, but to go into the rugas, into the villages, and preach to them what our scripture says. But he has to show by example. No government or person or group of persons asked him to do that. So he started that in Kaduna. He visited four Fulani settlements that had serious problems. And then he invited me to come to Zamfara with him. We were there from last Sunday to yesterday. And as we speak today, he's still on the road.
Okay.
What we saw in Zamfara was entirely different. Nobody expected what we saw. These meetings were arranged by Fulani leaders all over. The Fulani leaders, we cannot thank them enough. And
I hope you actually grabbed everything he said. Yes, I hope you did. Because I'm going to play that video again. That was a man who was there when Sheikh Gumi was talking to the terrorists. Okay? Sheikh Gumi was telling them that they understood their problems, their grievances. And in fact, to set the record straight, part of their grievances is that Nigerian army were killing them. And to set the record straight, according to Sheikh Gumi, he told them on camera there that the Nigerian soldiers who are shooting and killing them as Fulanis, they are not Muslims and they are not from the north. They are Christian soldiers who are doing all of that to them. And in return, they are kidnapping women, children, killing people. That they shouldn't do that. They shouldn't put their grievances on innocent people, because those who are actually killing them, they are not Muslims. They are Christian soldiers. Gumi came out and he said he was misquoted. But he wasn't misquoted. He wasn't. That was what he said. However, this man that you just listened to right now is giving an honest position of things. What is that honest position? There is no Fulani terrorists coming from outside Nigeria. It was a conspiracy put together by the same Fulani elites from northern Nigeria. That is the point I want you to pay attention to, please. We have been saying this for so long. Fulanis from Mali, Fulanis from here, Fulanis from there. And in the process, the representatives of the Fulani political class, elite, and many, they kept saying, no, there are real Fulanis who are actually just busy with their cows. Those ones are the ones they are now using as a coverage for the fake Fulani coming from Mali and all of these places, okay? According to this man, it doesn't matter where the Fulani is coming from. That Fulani man belongs to them as a Fulani man. And they are not going to present it as, oh, Fulani from here, Fulani from there. That's the position. Maybe I should replay that for you before I proceed. I want you to listen critically to every word he says here.
Thank you very much for having me. So, I have known Sheikh Dr. Ahmed Gumi since medical school 45 years ago. So we have gone back a long way. And I know personally how deeply he cares for this country and how pained he is about insecurity. We all are. And we have to accept and not deny that these bandits are Fulanis. Our Fulanis, not foreign Fulanis. They are our flesh and blood.
Do you get that? This is not somebody just giving his views now. Okay? He was there. And he elaborated about the effort and the meeting, how they came up with this. But that is in northern Nigeria. Okay. Whatever the problem is that the same reason why the same Fulanis are now spreading to the western Nigeria and those that are being defended by Maiyegun? Because let's be clear, okay? The Fulanis are having problem with the locals in northern Nigeria, in many, many states in Nigeria. I mean, in northern Nigeria, as we speak. And this dates back to decades. Until now, there's never been a large-scale Fulani assault on the locals in northern Nigeria. Until now. Okay? So they have been having that problem. Some of them have been moving south. Yeah? All of a sudden, all of them have guns. Now, in northern Nigeria, their clerics, their sheikhs, and all of them, they are asking for Ruga and amnesty for them. On the other hand, many of them, out of whatever is going on in northern Nigeria for decades, they have already moved south. Somehow, like magic, they all get activated, and suddenly violence unleashed, not just in northern Nigeria anymore, including southern Nigeria, all across the land. Then suddenly we have a Miyetti Allah that now speak for them. Then we have the presidency that now speak for them, but we can no longer find this man. Remember, we can no longer find this man.
Fellow Nigerians, as we enter a new year, let us talk Nigerian to Nigerian. Many of you believe that something is wrong with Nigeria. Many of you have given up. You think this country can never be good, can never get better. And so you forgive politicians for stealing and for mediocrity. Because you say to yourselves, they are all thieves, they are all selfish, and nothing will change. But is that really true? It is not. Many people ask me, why am I running for office again? And I ask them, what has changed since I began this mission? Can you honestly, truly say to yourself that our country has changed for the better? Are our children safe when they go to school? Are our parents safe when we leave them at home? Is the naira in your bank account of greater value today than it was 4 years ago? I, Muhammad Buhari, I am urging you to have your...
Is nowhere to be found. Is now a mannequin. You know what I'm talking about? As the whole country goes up in places now, is nowhere to be found. But I found something that looked like him, and this is where I want you to see this too, okay? As the whole country boys, as the military continue to kill people, as human rights abuses, escalates in Nigeria, the only organ that speaks to the people is now called the presidency. And who is the presidency? The presidency are the court jesters, the court clowns, led by Garbage Shehu, Femi Oponu Adesina, and so many of them, who are currently those who issue out statements on behalf of the president. And Buhari is nowhere to be found, but we found him yesterday. And here, I mean, you know the conspiracy around that too. They said all of a sudden, when Buhari came back from London in 2016, Buhari suddenly developed memory loss, language tongue, mother's tongue loss. So he suddenly lost his mother's tongue. He couldn't speak Fufude anymore. And in fact, so many other things, by the way, right? And he became shy, camera shy, people shy, and everything shy. So they speak for him. That's the point. And that is what Nigerians have been dealing with. Despite the country going up in flames right now, he is nowhere to be found. But we found him when the person who has been standing by him is ADC, something Abubakar. The guy that's always standing behind Buhari is somehow he's not retired. They are sending him on one professional training outside the country. Ask me where. Chile. They are sending him to Chile to go and study something about military. I don't know. So they have replaced him. And the guy was thanking the supposed breeding mannequin yesterday. to tell him that I'm very grateful. I want you to listen to him. That's the reason I want to share that with you. For those of you, as Nigeria born, as the Niger Delta Militants are now saying, it go be fire for fire. You see that recession where they tell you, say you just come out. You are going back inside here, sharply. We saw Buhari just laughing, giggling, because it's former ADC. Some people are saying they are sending the guy away because it is getting to the point where there's going to be a major announcement. Maybe something will happen. Buhari will just disappear. Something just like Aisha Buhari disappeared. Buhari too will just disappear. And everybody that knows about everything, they just have to go away. They will settle them. You see, like the former service chiefs now, they have been, they have been cleared to become ambassadors now. Okay, so as they are leaving the military, taking up the uniform, after protecting that regime for years, they are now compensated. They are now ambassadors. So whenever you see Buratai the Butcher, remember you have to address him as Ambassador Retired General Buratai the Butcher and others. Okay, that is something to buy them international immunity. You get that now? So the guy that is behind Buhari, who is supposed to tell us if truly, the person where they inside Aso Rock na mask they wear, and on and on and on. The reason why Aisha Buhari left Aso Rock and went to Dubai for how many months now or year, and on and on, so many other conspiracies that surround this whole thing. Finally, the person that is likely to tell you who is inside Aso Rock, they have sent him to Chile just before the end of before 2023, and maybe a coup will just happen. They will just tell you that they have overthrown Buhari. Another person will just announce that he's now the president. There will be riots, civil war, blah blah blah. Then Buhari will just disappear. Nobody will even remember. Last, people will just be dealing with the person that declared himself the new military head of state. Listen, sorry if I'm speaking too fast. It's just the way it's coming to my head here. What I'm trying to say is this. We have conspiracies. We have stories to say that person inside that Sorok is not Buhari, or is a demented Buhari that doesn't even know he is still the president of Nigeria. Do you get that now? Now, those who are supposed to know, it's either they are dead or they have just disappeared. Let me give you instances. Okay, Nigeria is burning right now. Do you know how long it took them to decide to change the service chiefs who have refused to protect Nigerians for these past 6 years? It took them more than 3 years to finally agree on a deal for these guys, the service chiefs, Buratai and co, right? When they finally agreed to a deal that they will give them money, they will give them this, they will also give them immunity by making them ambassadors. Nothing will happen. And they can keep the secret for life. Aisha Buhari, who is supposed to, service chiefs. Your former president, Abba Kyari. You know, when Abba Kyari was alive, he was the one managing all of these things. If he knows that some people want to start trouble, he will be the one to quickly act, bribe them or threaten them, intimidate them, use the EFCC. But since Abba Kyari died, everything done pafuka. Buhari suddenly can no longer be seen. Okay? So Abba Kyari is dead. Maman Daura, what's this guy? Maman Daura disappeared. We don't know where he is now. There was a time he left Nigeria for London. We have never heard from him again. Issa Funtua, the man that told you that if Igbos want to have the presidency or to rule Nigeria, Igbos have to belong. Issa Funtua, because he's also so close, the guy that was in control of your CBN, Emefiele then, Mefi, Issa Funtua is dead. Aisha Buhari is in Dubai, away. Okay? Now, we now have these charlatans who can now do whatever they like, from Malamu to the state governors to everybody doing whatever they like. One more person that's also very close to from the beginning that will not follow them to the end, like others, is this ADC guy. Listen to him. He's talking to Buhari. Some of you who are very good, smart people who can read body language, tell me what you think. after this video. Thank you very much, Olani Yoyebola, for your super sticker.
It's a real privilege, and I thank Allah and cherish each moment I spent with you. You always emphasize we should do the right thing. As a country, Nigeria, we're lucky to have you as our president. I'm not saying this because I work with you, but your character, the way you have lived your life over the years, is a testimony of this fact that I've asserted. So thank you very much once again. I wish you well. Inshallah, you will propel Nigeria to higher greatness.
I certainly respect your professionalism. You are lucky to have been an AGC at the highest level, because we have seen a lot, you have met a lot of people, and I hope the experience we have gathered, as you mentioned, you will be able to utilize it when you come back. Inshallah. All I can say is that I wish you the best of luck.
So that's the guy. That's the guy gone. So if you want to know what is going on inside Aso Rock, how you got to this level, there are even those of you who were like vowing or vouching for APC 6 years ago. Some of you can't even find the answers to what is going on. You have tried your best. Okay? So the last person to be close by is gone. And now you have no idea who are those inside that Aso Rock. Let's go to what the Nigerian army found. They didn't find Shekau, but they found Shekau's farm, looking for Shekau as usual. Meanwhile, compensation for bandits, rehabilitation of bandits. In fact, today, the governor of Zamfara State welcomed the repentant bandits into the State House to give them the red carpet as usual, pay them some money, and then recycle that again. But well, Nigerian soldiers, they found the farm. And as they go, if we don't see Shekau, carry Shekau food like this.
Jubilating inside Shekau farm. Hey, this is Sambisa. We are jubilating inside Shekau farm. Shekau ina kake sarkin Babatu. Shekau sarkin Babatu ina kake. Gama gonan ka yau Juma'a za mu yi sallan Juma'a gonan ka Shekau. Eh, Shekau ina kake. Kariya kake yi. Yes, ku ga mai ina yake. Shekau sarkin Babatu. Yes, ga mu za mu yi sallan Juma'a cikin gonan Shekau. Yes. Sambisa, za mu yi sallan Juma'a cikin Sambisa gonan Shekau. Yes, mun ɗibo mutane za mu yi sallah cikin, ba ka ce shahada za ka yi ba, ka zo karɓar shahada mana. Mu farar da kai, mu farar da banza. Ka kalla gonanka. Yes, cikin gonan Shekau.
If Shekau come now, and you hear the news that 200 people killed, bombed inside Shekau farm, Shekau will run out of food. He will come into town, rob people, bomb and kill them, take money, take everything. Now, the Nigerian soldiers are helping themselves to everything there. Not just that, because I'm going to go to Niger Delta now. I want you to read what is cooking in Niger Delta as we speak. These are going to be the these are developing stories that are going to become big in the coming days. Nigeria, watch this.
Shombinu ni Bokos ni sorire yala yayin e ma ku ni. Okay, you can see Titus. Watch, you can see Boko Haram chopping Titus. Kilo chele, you will cover me here. Sharpman, come now, come. See, they are eating better thing, no. Those idiots. Huh? You can see civilian JTF here. This is Sharpman. Okeri Abayomi, talented boys. You see white rice. He's covering macaroni and indomie. Look at them. Yes, they're no rich. As they hot, no time to check time. Oshatiri, look at their bike here. This is their machine. You capture the bikes, dislodge the camp. Yes. Amburo Banka Shegi. Yes. Shon Binuni. Talented boys. Sharp man. Sharp man. This is the Bokos. You can see the Bokos here. This motherfucker. You fuck you motherfucker, man. God go punish you now. Now no go see better. That one na Jara. Now because of that, I didn't inside bush safe. Do Uwarka. You say you be Boko Haram, that make you Uwarka. That is Uwarka. You can see my men. You can see my men. You can see them. You can see them. You can see them.
Sorry if that image is in any way disturbing. Okay, so they found their food after that clash in that area of Borno, and which is a thumb up to these guys. I have to say, well done to them. Meanwhile, in the forest of Niger Delta, something else is cooking like this.
Experience rapid development and transformation. Till date, no school. The same military that has to provide, protect and provide properties has turned themselves into militaries of killing, raping, and maiming innocent individuals and rendering our area and our youth jobless. So many others have decided to treat us in the same manner. Don't worry, because we are coming to destroy all your infrastructures in Abuja and Lagos. Even to the oil companies operating in our region that have decided to undermine our people, be rest assured that your days will soon catch up with you. Due to the insensitivity nature of the Nigerian government on issues that are bordering its citizens, today the country is in turmoil. Protests everywhere and strikes in several sectors. The EndSARS process that took place almost crippled the national economy. It is among such ill treatment that gave birth to this unprecedented protest. Nigerian government ought to give our citizens good governance. Today, the various zones in the country are calling for division of the country called Nigeria. So, as a group determined to give total liberation of our people, we will destroy all the oil facilities, both onshore and offshore. In no distance time, we will be seen to be crippling the Nigerian economy in no distance time as well. Experience rapid development and transformation. Till date, no school, no potable water, no lights, no hospital, and access roads for our people to enjoy. Rather, what is visible as an individual achievement is the presence of military gunboats and the numerous military personnel dispersed to the Niger Delta region, which are raping, killing, and maiming the innocent people of the region. They have put serious fear in the minds of our elderly people because they are no longer safe in their own once peaceful communities. All for the government to take over our commonwealth from our resources. Look at the security surveillance contracts taking place in our region. Through the federal government and its agencies in place, they have decided to shortchange our people. Now in our territorial waters, it is an Israeli company that is providing waterway security, which we have competent hands with expert knowledge to manage and provide such security services. Look at the likes of Ocean Marine Solution providing pipeline surveillance contracts in a territory that has more than enough capacity hands to handle such contracts. Take a look at the Ogoni cleanup. Just because it is a solely Niger Delta project, from 2011 till date, after the establishment and taking off of the project, no meaningful progress has been made because the government of Nigeria have decided to place politics above meaningful development of our people and the region at large. More than the region at large, more than the region, and more than 100 staffs were unlawfully discharged from work in IPREP because the employee were majorly Ogoni people for the Ogoni cleanup. Look at the oil and gas sector and what is happening today in the gold mining sector in the Zamfara. at the northern region part of the country. While the local mining licenses are being given to locals and state governments, having full control and management of the entire.
I know some of you are just watching that. You're like, this one I talk, Maiyegun, this one if you do anything. You have no idea the level where Nigeria don't reach now. Let me tell you something. Because those ones can speak English. If he's speaking a language like, oh, you will be saying, hey, God, why? Hey, look at this. What is this? Look at these terrorists. Because they dress nice. The point here is this. Nigeria's security architecture has collapsed completely. As in, completely. All people need to do is to come together, and turn themselves to wannabe or even real militants. But you cannot sit down there because you are watching them on your TV and say, Baba, this one I talk. If this one grab you, you go pay ransom. Who are you going to call? So because they are speaking English, that's why you can say, this one are too much talk. You see, those ones who don't speak English, they are those who met with Gumi. Well, I understand. Those ones are action. And that is why they are able to listen to them. Abi, you want to see the action of these ones too. Good luck to you on that. Okay? But I don't want, what I want to point out there is that Nigeria has gotten to that stage whereby, even in Yoruba land, by the time Yorubas are done with the Fulani terrorists, they will have to now deal with Yoruba bandits who are going to manage and transform their own way of criminality and style it just to look like that of Fulani bandits, Fulani terrorists in Yoruba land. So when Yorubas finally manage to push Fulani terrorists out of Yoruba land, they will have to deal with the local terrorists that are going to spring up in this trade. You know why? It all pays well. They make more money. All they need to do is that once they take you now, listen, if they take you now, with the news going about, it is only when you get into the forest, you will begin to see that they can speak Yoruba or speak any other language. Abi? But when they grab you, first thing in your mind is, yay, Fulani as men. Yay, what did Jimmy be? Fulani as men. Jesus, blood of Jesus, Fulani as men that's kidnapped me. You know what I'm talking about? It is only when you probably arrive there at their camp, you realize, this one not be Fulani. Do you understand that now? So if you see people who make video and they are saying, this in Ogoniland, Israeli company providing security for pipeline, this and that, blah, 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 and you are saying, about this one don't mean anything, Jari Baba. This one I just talk. I know many of you. If you are a regular of Maiyegun's Diary on Facebook, I know many of my friends who told me that Maiyegun perished that thought that the Fulani will come to Yoruba land and be kidnapping Yoruba people in Yoruba land. Baba, Maiyegun, forget it. You know if it happen. I trust my Yoruba people. Baba, our people don't the Benin Republic now. Refugee. We just never allowed them. In Ogun State right now, state governor, they have already started sharing food, shelter, something like a temporary shelters for refugees who are running away from their villages, running away from Fulani herdsmen. 2 years ago, some of you will tell you actually told me, Maiyegun, forget it. Stop it. Don't start war. You remember? Today, Yorubas are now turning refugee. I'm not joking. Do you understand? I'm not joking. So if you see people who make video, we will do this, and you're like, Baba, this one I just talk. Yes, they may not be as brutal as you would think. But what about the victims, the people who are going to run into their traps? So when I was talking about the insecurity in northern Nigeria, there are so many of my friends today. They love the way I probably analyze my, the way I present my broadcast and all of that. Then sometimes they don't like when I get to kind of, kind of the usual dragging them. They don't like it, but they do agree with some of my positions, especially my my point of views on many of these developments. When I was talking about the insecurity in northern Nigeria and the cover-up, the silence, and so many other things, when I was talking about the assault, state-sponsored profiling, killing, and then, kidnapping of Biafrans, when I was talking about some of this, I was telling some of my Yoruba brothers that those who are already facing this persecution right now, they are going to develop what I call the herd immunity. Herd immunity is that when you are so used to the brutality, state-sponsored brutality, that you have nobody to run to. The people you are supposed to run to for safety are the people killing you or persecuting you. You will get used to that persecution, get used to avoiding that persecution to the point that you will now develop a sort of herd immunity towards it. You are in better position than the people who believe that they will never be bullied or they will never be subjected to that kind of psychological trauma where terrorists will be killing them and they will have no power to defend themselves. So there's difference. The Biafrans, even the indigenous people in northern Nigeria who have been facing the brutality of Fulani terrorism for years, especially in the last 6 years. Many of them that you read their story, this one kidnapped, that one killed, this one beheaded, all these stories, and they are mostly the indigenous people who have become victims of all this Fulani invasion. They cannot go to government to defend them because when they go to the government is asking them to disarm. When government disarm them or they refuse to disarm, government comes for them instead of going for their killers. So they have developed herd immunity to either becoming refugees or getting used to being abandoned. The Biafrans, the IPOB members, the Igbos, for years, they have been so used to this state-sponsored profiling, blaming them for everything, even when they are not actively involved. Do you get that now? So over time, they have developed this herd mentality of, one, we don't expect anything from Nigeria. Two, we don't expect Nigeria to defend us. So when they have already psychologically developed that, even Nigeria come killing them, the only option available to them would be to either let them kill them or they fight back. The end result is that they will kill them. Do you understand that now? They have been forced to develop that mentality. So I was shouting, calling my Yoruba brothers. Now illusion that they tell you. Now illusion that they sell you all this thing about Nigeria. All this our leaders are this, our leaders are that. They are just illusion, deceit. Come one day, that your one Nigeria or reason why you are part of that one Nigeria will be threatened, and you will be asking to go on your own. Then that moment you are asking to leave, you want your own Oduduwa Republic. That moment is the moment you will appreciate what an average Biafran has been subjected to psychologically, physically. I mean, you know what I'm talking about. So that moment, because you are not used to it, we have never been haunted for asking for Oduduwa Republic in history. No, we have never been haunted. Yes, some of these political leaders from Yoruba land have been persecuted, they have been killed, and all of that. But Yorubas as a race, we have not been in any way systematically profiled in Nigeria. You cannot say as a Yoruba man, somebody will be saying you have no right to become president because they don't trust you. At least as a Yoruba man, I believe you know that. Even if anybody says that to you, that we don't really trust Yoruba, we don't really do that. As Nigeria is configured, psychologically, it is easier to say we don't trust Igbo man to be president of Nigeria than for anybody to say I don't trust in the political circle now, even in the commoner circle. So what I'm trying to say is this: the Igbos have been subjected psychologically, physically, to be people that cannot be allowed to access power. And they are supposed to be part of that one Nigeria. Do you get that now? So for decades, psychologically young, old, rich, poor, they know this unwritten code. That before an Igbo man will pick anything, even though he is qualified, before he will pick anything from Nigeria, it will at first, one big us must pass through the needles high. You know what I'm talking about? Sorry if I'm overstretching it. But as a Yoruba man, many of our political criminals, they have never really been subjected to that kind of, treatment. Like, oh, we don't trust Yoruba. We don't do this, especially when it comes to leading the country. So, Biafrans have decided that, well, we're just going to leave. If we are not going to be part of this equally, then we're just going to leave. So Nigeria started hunting them down, killing them, developing different theories, designing different lies, propagandas, and all of that, and vice versa. Things goes the way it is today. So when soldiers go after them, a soldier will tell you if they are trying to stop them from breaking Nigeria, because in history, they have been pushed to that point of saying they are leaving. And from then on, that Cold War never ended. But the day Yoruba man say we are leaving is the day that Yoruba man will understand what an average Biafran has been subjected to for years. You will now understand why an average Biafran feel the way they feel towards Nigeria. You know why? They are not going to be nice to you anymore. You can say whatever you like about Nigeria and all of that, they will be nice to you. But the day you say, we want to break away, they will begin to look at you like, okay, let's see if they mean it. If they now find out that you finally have one Nnamdi Kanu, somebody like that who is ready to break away, once they begin to see that, many of you will now understand better why an average Biafran is always angry at Nigeria. Because to you, if we say we want to break up, then let us have the conversation now. To you, it should be that easy now. Yes, you are talking like educated Abby. You are dealing with barbarians, because that is the same thing the Biafrans are asking. If you want us to stay, oh yeah, conduct referendum. They say, oh, they are criminals, kill them. And they continue to kill them. They continue to deny them justice. They continue to take every right from them. That is right, yeah? Wait till you, as a Yoruba man, and you watch your fellow Yoruba brothers and sisters being arrested, humiliated, even killed on the street, simply because they said they are saying they are tired of Nigeria. That moment is the moment that many people are getting to now, because there are going to be parameters, there are going to be things that will lead to that moment where some of you will begin to ask for what the Biafrans are asking. So if you have been one of those against Biafrans out of ignorance, you are about to find out why an average Biafran is asking to have his own country from Nigeria. State-sponsored racial profiling. Many of you are about to witness that, but I'll get to that. You cannot rule it out that there will be wannabes because the security system has collapsed. Let me give you the concluding part of these guys who are now going to start, according to them, they are going to cripple Nigeria economy. They need money, of course. What do you expect? What are the Fulani terrorists looking for? Is it not money? Were they not supposed to be arrested, prosecuted, and jailed for their crimes? Is the same government not the one telling you now that, there are kidnappings in the US? Do you understand that now? So the point here is that Nigeria can no longer protect our citizens, and everybody is going to pick up arms for those who are going to use the arm to protect themselves, and for those who want to use the arms to harm you, collect money. And according to Gumi, if you die, maybe it's just a mistake. They won't have intention of killing you. It is a long story. Don't make yourself confused. The point I'm making is Nigeria is gone. And the, images like this, are not going to cease. You are going to agree very soon. Watch this. I know some of you are watching me from outside Nigeria, and you are asking yourself, am I watching a movie? Or is this actually, well, it is Nigeria, okay? Everybody, apart from the fact that they have destroyed the country, destroyed the economy, borrowed the whole, I mean, the yesterday, borrowed today, borrowed tomorrow, borrowed next day, even borrowed next year, generation of so many people. Yeah, the whole country is going down. You see, the security that is main job, main business of the government, has completely collapsed. Okay, so what is likely going to happen is that it is either there is going to be a coup in Nigeria soon, and that coup, which is actually not going to help anybody, okay, that coup is going to trigger that breakup because Nigeria won't have the resources to hold the country together in the long run. I don't want to be I don't want to be your prophet of doom, but if you can put 1 and 2 together, you have the Niger militant grouping, you have the ESN, who are currently trying to protect their own people from the Fulani terrorists. The ESN the Eastern governors have now declared war, not on the Fulani terrorists, but on the ESN, protecting or intending to protect the people. So definitely, that is the hotspot too. In Yoruba land, our own Igbowo, which I actually want to share this before I continue. Our own Igbowo is also giving us this morale high. And our political class in Yoruba land, they can't find the common ground to say yes to the invading Fulani terrorists. So therefore, if anybody should declare himself a coup president in Nigeria and he announced his name to be something Abubakar Sule, something Fulani, blah, 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 trust me, go get ready for a new country. Watch this.
àwọn gọ́vnà wọn náà àwọn náà wà ń bẹ ẹ̀rù ń bà àwọn gọ́vnà wà ní ohun tí bíbélì dẹ̀ ní kò sí ohun tó ń bà mí lẹ́rù ẹ̀rù kò sí nínú ọkàn yìí gọ́vnà Akérédolú nìkan ló ń dúró tán. Fáyọ̀sí ọ̀run anybody Fáyọ̀sí ní ojú ogun tó ń lọ yìí oníbàkà méjì ni ó ní Yorùbá ti decide Yorùbá fẹ́ lọ náà sọ fún yín yẹn ó ní bí Yorùbá bá lọ lòun lọ tóun bóun ṣe wà Fáyọ̀sí sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó lóun èsì ọmọ àlè Yorùbá tó ọmọ Èkìtì lòun Òṣogbo mọ́lẹ̀ lòun ó ní bí Yorùbá bá lọ lòun lọ ń tò Fáyọ̀sí sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ọmọ akẹ́lẹ̀ olólóṣèlú lòun ò deny ṣùgbọ́n bí tí Yorùbá bá ń lọ Fẹ́mi Fani-Káyọ̀dé ní olóṣèlú lòun bólóṣèlú jẹ so tí ń sìn ó ní activist lòun tó ń jà fún àjàgbára lòun ọmọ Yorùbá dẹ̀ ní òun ọmọ Ọ̀fẹ́ lòun ó níbi tí Yorùbá bá ń lọ lòun lọ òun súnmọ́ àwọn olóṣèlú òun ò jiyàn ṣùgbọ́n my brother ó ní I swear ó búra fún mi ó níbi tí Yorùbá bá ń lọ lòun lọ ó lóun ò lè gbà kí a máa jà ọmọ Yorùbá lójú òun téèyàn bá ti sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
It's not that much, is it? Not. Well, I decided to chip that in. Let's go away from the wahala from those who have guns. Let's go on to the aftermath of the what do you call it? Of the arrest of the former governor of Imo State, Rochas Okorocha. He had a message for the same Supreme Court governor, which I actually want to share with you too. Watch this.
I've told everybody, and I've told them I'm a man of peace. But Hope Uzodinma must never take my calmness and my peaceful disposition for granted. Enough is enough. I governed this Imo State for 8 years. There was no record of me arresting anybody. I was the most abused governor. People abused me, but I never, in any way, any day, arrested a man. But today is on record that Hope Uzodinma arrested a widow, kept her for 22 days, saying that she did contract with Imo State. She should explain where the money is. He arrested a house member and locked him up. He has been arresting people and intimidating them. Some of them can't even have no voice to say. But what shocked me yesterday was the way Nwaneri beat up my commissioner for transport, Lasbio Cap, tore his shirt and took his shoe. Beat up my ADC, and the police were there watching from government house. He was even touching you. Now, at the last, when I wanted to go out, they refused. And the talks were all over, and I've macheted all my people. I didn't go there with enough people. So now, they took me inside the pickup. And when I went to the pickup, then one lady has the audacity to climb the back of the pickup as the commissioner of police, directing what to do. When he came to the police headquarters, he was also moving from office to office and asked him, "Are you now the commissioner of police?" If our police were presented in this image, then there's a sense of insecurity in this country. I want to call on IG to immediately arrest Nwaneri, and I'm going to put the official report. And if Nwaneri is not arrested and dealt with according to law, with the talks that have come, then there's no police. No police, and I say, no police has the right to arrest any citizen. If they cannot arrest Nwaneri and question him this, rather than arresting Nwaneri, who was shown on video with machete, and arresting the other boy.
Those are the local terrorists I'm talking about, the politicians, who are actually the people who arm the armed terrorists, the local terrorists, businessmen. So the Nwaneri for those of you who are following the story of what happened in Imo State yesterday, I have a clip which I'm going to try and get on now of that Uwaneri that Okorocha is talking about. Let me see if I can get that off for us just before we go. Okay. Sorry, I'll get that without wasting much of your time. Okay. So before we go, I'll get that. However, it has come to this state today. I was kind of reading the feedback of so many of you who rewatched that Muritala's story, and your reactions and all of that seems to show that there are many people who didn't really get the picture of what happened back then until they would listen to that story and they asked for the link for the story. I have another one I'm going to share with you tomorrow. It is it is the making of Buhari and the role played by the criminals today who are either dead, including Abacha. I want to reshare that story and I want to have it on record too. If you have the time, you can join me tomorrow. Like the Muritala story, it is also very interesting from how they made Abacha to what happened to MKO Abiola. Maybe we can capture that in about 20 minutes coverage. If you have the time, you should join me tomorrow. There's something I want to go back on before I round it up tonight. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Watch this. Somebody requested it. Thank you very much for that. Somebody requested for that. That's why I shared it. But here is that video that Okorocha is talking about. If you still have that 1-2 minutes, watch it. You know, there are people who are really untouchable in Nigeria. They are the political thugs, okay? And that is the state of every state in Nigeria, okay? It's so bad, so bad that some of you say, well, it's not new, Maiyegun. I understand. So somebody asked that, Maiyegun, is there a way you can get this Oduduwa anthem on, on the screen where we can read it word for word? Somebody did, and they sent it to me, okay? And I think it was done for the state of Osun State people, okay? But it is Oduduwa anthem. written here from Ilefe, I believe. So if you have your kid around, just before we go now, okay, you can just bring them closer. If you know how to read the Yoruba words, you can follow the tone. You will love it, okay? Then follow the word for word if you want to learn about Yoruba anthem, Oduduwa anthem. So that when we have Oduduwa Republic, some of you would have already known and mastered. Some of your children would have mastered this Oduduwa anthem, by the way. So thank you so much for your time tonight. And I'm going to see you again tomorrow. So to everyone, good night.
Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí Facebook.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Lórí YouTube.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ijó ìgbádìyẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Presido bá rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Tí gómìnà kówó jẹ.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọlọ́pàá tí ń darí bá.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Òkúra olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Ṣùgbọ́n ẹni bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n